What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Turnbuckle Talk with myself and Kraken. We are coming live to you Sunday night immediately after AEW Dynasty. Holy fucking shit, was that a great event,
It was. It was
bro?
it was 5
Pro wrestling is
hours
great.
of just pure wrestling, and if you don't love wrestling, then this is where you need to watch. That show right there is
Yeah, I honestly love when wrestling's storytelling is done so well in the ring, and tonight was a showcase of that.
yeah, it was. From the storytelling,
Now, yeah, storytelling, the in-ring, all of it was fantastic. But now not everything was great. Like I don't think every match outcome was right, but what a fucking show.
it even the in 0 Hour, man, like, it started with 0 Hour, and 0 Hour was even good.
Yeah, Marina and Alex. Well, and that's one of the matches right there that I think was the wrong winner. And we talked about this already. So Marina faced Alex in the pre-show, and then not a bad match. You know, nothing crazy long. It was a good, I don't know, 6 minute match or so,
Yeah, yeah,
7 minutes maybe. And Windsor wins it with a Here It Is driver, and she is the current New Japan Strong Women's Champion. I don't know if that played any part, but we've seen Marina lose to Mina a couple times now. We've seen her lose to Tony for the title. And it just feels like she just doesn't win any big matches. And obviously, this isn't like a huge, huge match, but obviously, you're on a pay per view, you're on the pre show. And I love Windsor, and she's worthy of beating her. I just thought it should have been Marina after all the losses she's taken lately. It gets to a point to where I feel like you can only eat so many losses before people start losing faith, even if you're with the top faction in the company.
yeah, I do agree. My only thing is though, like, and I've seen it every time she's been in a match that she's lost, and she's lost since Tony last pay per view. But she smiles. She seems to be happy. So I think it's the Death Riders MO at this point is we are here to make the company better. That was Moxley's thing. He wanted to elevate
Yeah, but
everything.
when
But I
a
hate
person in
she's
that group still loses endlessly.
Yeah, I know, but I hate that she's losing, but I feel like she's happy in a sense that even though she's losing, we may not be okay with it. Because I'm not. She's a badass. She should be winning. But like, I guess for her development, they're
Is she a
trying to make
badass when she's losing all the time? Can't really call yourself a badass when you're always gonna lose. I mean, you're a badass
I
because 'cause
mean,
you're always going to war, I guess, but when you're always losing,
valid point. I
I
feel like
mean, she's still a badass because 'cause you're fighting anyways and, whatever, but I just think that with her being like she got elevated just by being in the faction. They've done a good job at having her be with Moxley and, like, when they were heel, always getting involved and stuff like that. They really made her feel like a big threat, big person in the faction, and she still is. It's just gotten to a point to now where she's just endlessly losing matches.
mm, I don't understand it. I don't think it's the right outcome, but I don't know. Maybe there's a end game to this that we just haven't figured out yet.
Maybe so.
I don't that was one of the 2 I felt like shouldn't have went. It did.
So Camille returned. So she was gone for 500 plus days. And it's crazy because at first one of my chat people in chat were like, "Oh, it's because remember she did American Gladiator." I was like, "Oh, that's right." But
Mhm.
then when they said how many days it was when she was making, so she attacked Willow backstage because Willow has been facing people returning, Sheeta, and then Queen Aminata, and now Camille. But Camille just straight up attacked her. But they gave Camilla a pre-show match, and so during her entrance, they're like 500 plus days. I'm like, no way it took 500 days to film American Gladiators. Why was she gone so long? So initially, now I don't even think SRS or anyone could get in
Mm.
detail why she wasn't appearing on AEW after the Mercedes stuff. Like when
The
she just like got attacked randomly backstage, and we never got an answer for it.
Yeah, I think, didn't, like, Mercedes put her through a wall or some shit? Like, they got into, like, some type of scrap backstage or something?
Oh, maybe so. I actually
Oh,
did forget about that. I think you're right.
and that's what kinda wrote her off. She wouldn't film
Okay, yeah.
Gladiators.
I For some reason I thought I made it in my head that she was like secretly attacked that we did just came back to like backstage and she was but think you're right. I think she did get attacked by Monet.
And then, of course, Gladiators has been over for a while because 'cause we've seen Warlow come back. He's on there too.
Miz
He
too. Miz was the
Yeah.
host.
So, I don't know. Maybe there was like some
Miz was gone for like a month and a half when he was doing it, because remember we were complaining that Mela was doing nothing since they were teaming up at the time.
Yep, that's when the Mellow Miz stuff happened. So yeah, I don't know unless there was like contract issues. Maybe they wasn't able to strike a deal, and they finally did. We never
Mhm.
know. I mean, there's a
Yeah,
lot.
I have no clue. I'm just glad she's back. And it's funny because 'cause I'm gonna be loving if Ricky's here Wednesday because she's gonna be facing Willow for the TNT title, he announced. And I love that, Rick would always call her "bricked up house," so he's gonna be I'm gonna hear that again from him this Wednesday, so that's gonna be great if he's comes by. But,
Yeah, she looked in
yeah, so
great
I'm happy
shape.
that she came back though. She faced Big Ann.
Yeah,
I love that name. Big Ann, Big ol'
big
Ann. I
and
kept
big
saying the big
and.
ol' you know what I should call her? I didn't think of it till just now. Big ass Ann. That sounds a little because, anyways, but no, that was her name, Big Ann. So
Big
I
it
was like,
was.
"Okay, Big Ann." So I just kept calling her Big ol' Ann. Big ol' Ann getting tossed around by a big old Camille. Bricked up house. But, she won in like a minute. She did like a torture rack power bomb. It was like a backbreaker. It was like a torture rack. It was pretty sick.
Yeah, it was Lex Luger-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think of torture rack. Then of course Willow came out and got her ass beat again. Well, fucking, I was like, "What are you doing? You're already hurt." And then she got hurt more.
And now her title's on the line, and she's hurt still. So
I hope she doesn't lose it, so then we could see like Ruby Soho return and like maybe Mercedes comes back. I don't think she'll come back and do that though, because she already lost it to her. And I mean, they have history though, so it wouldn't be the worst thing, I guess. But I wouldn't want her to win though.
uh, but
But I want to see like these people return. Even Brit. Shit. I mean, I'm not the biggest Brit fan, but that'd be dope.
when's the next
Get
time
one
they're in
back,
Pittsburgh? Back that's when Britt will come back.
right? But yeah, so that should be a good match on Wednesday. I'm glad that Camille's finally back.
It'll be a good match. Like all of the matches Willow's had for the Open Challenge, even with Sheeta, was great. Um, past Wednesday, she was against. Oh God, drawing a blank. She went up against somebody. She did an Open Challenge again,
Wait,
right?
who? Willow?
Willow, yeah.
Oh, it wasn't an open challenge, but Queen Aminata,
Yeah,
like,
Queen
announced
Amanada,
it
it was
basically.
yeah. That was a good match.
It probably wasn't an open challenge, but, like, they announced it basically, like, after she beat Cheetah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I like that we're seeing open challenges be done with people who are
Riho. Oh my gosh, that'd be great. Nyla Rose. I'm probably one of the few Nyla Rose fans. I think she's just hilarious. She cracks me the fuck up.
yeah, so I'm hoping that Camille puts up a good fight too. I feel she will. I just hope she don't
I
drop
wouldn't
it.
be shocked if she beats her, especially with the beatdowns.
Then Camille gets at the longest reigning title,
What if she
beating Mercedes.
joined Divine Dominion? Be a powerhouse of trio, dude. And poor Penelope, she comes out when she comes back, she's all tiny compared to them all. But, yeah, so and speaking of Divine Dominion, they had a pre-show match. And it got more time than I expected. I expected that one to be a rather short one. It didn't go, like, into the pay-per-view like the, other, like, last pre-show matches, but Maya and, Hyan, they fucking looked really good in this match.
They did. And I think we had
I don't know if
talked
I'm saying
about
it
it.
right, Hyan.
I think it's Hyan and Maya World or Maya's Hyan. I don't know.
I
It,
felt like commentary was saying it differently than me, Hyan, like, or ha but I was like, "Whatever."
yeah. But like we talked about it maybe 6 months back. Like they had a match where they did a squash match that other team didn't want to do. And look what it's paid off for, Matt. Then
Yeah.
they're killing it on Ring of Honor. From like highlights I've seen, even they said it on commentary when they came out, and now they're challenging the women's tag champions on the pre-show, and they put up
I
a
believe
hell of
Maya
a
also
fight.
fought Athena recently.
Yeah,
I
uh,
believe. Yeah, I think she fought for the ROH Women's title, Maya, recently.
and I mean, at one point I thought they were gonna win.
That commentary even said that they beat the Inspiration prior to this match, so and which I even forgot, honestly, that they were in AEW because I haven't seen them. I think they've been on ROH, but yeah. Um, yeah, so excuse me. Really solid tag team match. But they had Divine Dominion retain with the double power bomb. Or was it double? Yeah, I think it was a double power bomb on high end. And then also, dude, I don't know if it was just me, but the fucking Jack Perry Mark Davis match, that crowd was so fucking lit for that match. Like they were hot for the whole match.
Yeah, and a lot of it,
Great
they
show.
yeah, pre-show. This was all pre-show, by the way. There was a lot of them, the Don Callis stuff that kept him entertained the whole time during this match because he was out there. They
Yeah.
were loud for Jack Perry's entrance. Mark Davis really didn't he didn't get booed, but he didn't get like a face pop, but he got a decent pop for a heel in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
I just feel like the whole show, like the pre-show was built so well. The crowd was you could tell it in the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd was super lit for the whole fucking match. They fought on the outside a bit too. They got some good pops for some spots they did. Jack Perry ate something on the apron. I forgot exactly what it was. I think it was pile driver. But he had something on the apron on Jack that was nasty. Might have been I can't remember the name, but he had something crazy. Um, what is it?
I think it was a backdrop.
Jack on the apron, crash landing on the apron. That's all it says. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what exactly it was,
It was a
but
suplex something, but it was
it was
nasty.
nasty. But yeah, Jack Perry, I think he won with it was like a Hurricanrana roll up. He retained. He
Mhm.
didn't really get like a definitive win, which that was kind of surprising to me. I thought he'd get like, full, but now I guess they're doing they kind of did the whole David versus Goliath thing here. So I think that's kind of why they did the ending of the roll up victory. And I think they're really going to be pushing Davis as a single guy. He lost Doyle. They reunited him with fucking Fletcher for one night. He got hurt.
Yeah.
So, so he's back to singles competitor again. So I think that I was kind of hoping he won. I wouldn't have hated it. I think that he should definitely be given a big opportunity now that he's definitely stuck in a singles spot with both Fletcher and Doyle being out.
Yeah, as a big man, and he's doing in the singles run right now, he's really showing that he can hang in these matches. Like
Mhm.
for a while, they want to put him with people like in a tag team, and then I feel like when he left and he came back, joined Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher, and I feel like this version of Mark Davis is probably the best version we've seen since he's
Didn't
been in
he get
AEW.
hurt again when he first came back and joined them, and then he was gone for like a month or two, and then he came back again? I thought he like got hurt like right away, Davis, and then he like came back. It was like short. He came back
He
pretty quickly,
he
but
might have. There might have been something like that that
I remember he
happened.
came back, he joined them, and then he like disappeared again for a bit. I think because he got hurt, and he came back like a month or two again later.
It is possible. Don Callis, for some reason, the big men in the Callis family seem to get hurt a lot. I don't know why.
Dude, it's just I feel like the wrestling bug's been bad across all promotions, WWE and AEW currently.
Yeah, it is. Unfucking fortunately, I hate it because it messes up so much going on in the ring. But Mark Davis, in my opinion, um, he could probably challenge for the TNT title and probably win it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Speaking of, we'll get to that actually because I wanna talk about that opening of the pay-per-view. Right now, that is my match of the fucking year, dude. That match had me fucking exhausted by the end of it. It was so fucking good. And by the way, Nick Jackson, like he's always really good. Both Matt and Nick are really good in the ring. I don't know what it was about Nick tonight, but he seemed extra fluid in everything he hit. There was a fucking like a stomp to the back. Then he rolled through, and Takeshita was, like, on the middle rope, like,
Mhm.
climbing up, and he hit a fucking backstabber from the
Yep.
rope on Takeshita, and it was the most fluid fucking thing. There was no little, like, hesitation to any of it from him. It was just so clean. I like, popped so bad for, like, so much of the shit he hit in this match, dude. He did a couple springboard things, like, lucha and, of course, I love when he goes, "Lucha
Little
Libre."
Libre.
That
Yeah.
always pops me every fucking time. But, dude, I don't know, and then he even looked more toned. I thought, like, he even seemed more, like I wouldn't say he was never in shape, like, there always been thin guys and stuff, never really, like, muscular. They've always been really in shape, like, six pack, but I feel like for some reason he seemed more toned tonight. He seemed more I don't know, I can't think of the word, like, he didn't seem, like, muscular, but he seemed like his body, like, his, like, body fat was less. I don't know how to explain it,
I feel like
but he just
he
seemed like in fantastic shape, Nick
yeah,
Jackson. Like,
he
he just
seemed like
looked,
he
I
cut.
guess, less flabby? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like he cut a lot of weight. It was not like
Never even
cut
was
weight,
fat.
but like I feel like back when I was doing like high school wrestling and shit, we'd have to run in like track suits a couple days before to try to get slimmed down
Yeah, it
some.
just seemed like he's
And
just a bit
just
more toned out on his stomach,
yeah,
like, he seems like his stomach's more tight, like, his muscles are more tight there, and I don't know, like, I don't know why that caught my attention, but I was like, "Man," I guess just 'cause it seemed like he was more fluid too. Like, I know he's the younger of the 2, but, like, I was like, "Fuck, man." Nick was if Matt wasn't a wrestler and it was just Nick, Nick would be he'd be having a crazy singles career, I feel like.
would. He absolutely would. And I feel the same way about it. Like after I think it was the same transition moment through and he went for I think a pinfall and it got broke up. I was like, what the fuck is he on tonight? Like he was like most of the time I feel like Matt has those moments in the match. My God,
Mhm.
man. This was just it was absolutely I would say probably match of the night, in my opinion. It's up there.
Match of the year. This is my match of the year right now. Like, there's so much I haven't seen this year that I've always heard. Like, I could go back and watch, but like, literally, this match was so far my match of the year. At least that's the way I feel right now.
I mean, I yeah, I mean, I feel like
It was fucking insane.
it was. But, like, for match of the year, I feel like, in my
Oh yeah, hundred
opinion,
percent.
I feel like the main events of the my match of the year.
I thought Kenny and MJF was good, but I'll actually go on to say that I thought their first match on Collision was better.
I will say
And that was a show that was a match interrupted with commercials, and I'm saying that.
the ending was better for the first one, in my
Not too
opinion.
different, I feel like. MJF cheated both times.
That's the only way MJF can
They
win.
didn't have the ref bump in the first match. We'll get to that match here
Yeah.
momentarily. But yeah, anyways. So yeah, this match was my match of the year so far. And I loved how, of course, they started it where Okada actually tried to shake Takeshi's hand. But
Yes,
I think he
yes.
would have did the flip off thing. He does it every fucking time. He goes and Takeshi goes to agree to shake his hand and he flips him off every fucking time. So I think Takeshi is just over that. That's why he didn't shake his hand. But obviously they had to start off with that. The whole thing is if he would have teamed up with him tonight, then Don Callis would talk to them about getting that international
Mhm.
title shot
Yes.
against Okada. So that was why he's doing this match, so he could get the match that he wants. That's the only reason he teamed up with him tonight. And initially, I actually told my chat it was if they win, but some of my chat was like, I don't think it was if they win. It was just if he did what Don was saying and teaming up with Okada. I was like, oh, that's I think you're right actually. So yeah, so it was more of that, and then yeah, they didn't win,
No, they did
so
not.
they lost. It was a really interesting ending. It kind of reminded me of Hangman versus Kenny for the world title back in the day. So if you don't remember that, it ended when the Bucks were ringside and they just let Hangman do the buckshot. They didn't get involved and they let Hangman get the win because they knew he was better at the time. That was kind of the same almost tonight, but more in the sense of Takesha was saying "fuck you, Okada." So obviously they were working out well together, worked very well throughout the whole match. And then eventually they bumped into each other, like they backed into each other and turned around and then they started talking shit and then they started throwing elbows and it led to all that shit where they're going back and forth. And then finally we have the Bucks going for the Melter driver, the TK
Get
driver,
over
whatever they
here.
call it nowadays. And initially Takesha stops Nick Jackson from hitting it. And Matt still holds on to Okada the whole time. And then eventually Takesha like slowly looks up at him, just lets go of his leg, takes steps back, puts his hands down, and they hit it, get the 1, 2, 3. And of course, fucking Kyle's on commentary is like, I need to see the replay on that one. He was all fucking, I was like, what do you need to see? You saw? You
Yeah.
saw what Takesha did? And then it was interesting too, because that's a rare Okada eating a pin. And against the
Mhm.
Bucks, though, I could see it, but it's still you don't see him eating pins in AEW a whole lot.
He don't. He does have that, like it's like almost like a protection thing, like, he don't eat a lot of pins. Normally, if he's in a tag team match, the other person that he's partnered with eats the pinfall, and so I wonder if it Double or Nothing, we finally get that, or you've been talking about it all year, it's gonna be All In. That's think we'll still wait that long?
It's
It
so far out though, so it's obviously in August, so that's a while away. I think Double or Nothing does make the more sense now after tonight, with where the story's gone, especially during that match. It kind of makes more sense after what happened Wednesday and then tonight, how the match ended. So I do think now it's Double or Nothing and not All In.
I do, I like the outcome it being there, and then maybe you can have, like, the to catch the win, then Okada wants a rematch, and then we get the final match 3 at All In, something like that. You wanna
Yeah,
build
because
it
we
that
have
long?
till August, so yeah, you could do the third and final match at All In and make it like in a some type of gimmick, cage or
Yeah.
whatever,
Mm,
whatever type of match you decide.
so my one of my big points from this match that I liked was the way they kind of built up to Takeshita finally deciding he's had enough, right? So they
Mhm.
got in each other's face. They started swinging at each other. The Bucks try to, okay, we're gonna take advantage. They kind of got out of that and they started working back together. And then you see Takeshita hit him with the knee, and I was like, "Oh shit, here we go. He's finally
Mhm.
gonna do the whole thing like Okada did." I was like, "Oh, sorry, that didn't happen." And then
Nope.
he hits him with the Rainmaker. And I was like, "Well, this has to be finally the breaking
Oh, then it
point."
also happened with the Bucks too, I believe. Didn't Matt or Nick end up hitting each other too by mistake as well because they dodged? I believe
Yeah, I
so.
think so.
I
Yeah,
could be wrong.
but then that's when Takeshita went to the outside after the Rainmaker, and he finally decided after he's seen him, he's like, "You know what? I've had fucking enough. Like, I'm tired of this. Like, I have to, he's gonna walk away." And I'm glad they're adding that element to the story every time they're on screen together. That's one thing for me about AEW storytelling that's so much better is how like emotional
It's
it can
subtle.
get. And it's just not like over the top shit. It's just you understand it more, in my opinion.
Yeah, like, it's subtle enough to where sometimes it's just body language.
Yeah. Then
Like, I feel like and I've said it before, it's like you're rewarded more as an AEW fan for paying attention to the stories, more so than WWE. Like, I feel like it's the payoff's always worth more because, like, it's not like I don't know, I feel like WWE has to tell you all the time what's happening, and it's not because they do it because obviously they have a lot more casual fans, they're not tuning in every week, or they're not watching the all 2.5 hours, 3 hours of a show, you know?
yeah.
But at the same time, it's that, but I also think it's because WWE fans are at a point where they're used to being told all the time what's going on. So they're not as deeply invested because they could be like, oh, I'll just see it again in 15 minutes. They'll go through it again.
Yeah.
And if I
W
missed it because I was, doing this, taking care of this, doing whatever they have to do or whatever they had to miss it for. Um, I feel like AEW is a promotion where like, yeah, they'll tell you what's going on. And you hear it from fans who don't watch AEW regularly. Well, who's this? Why aren't they telling me who this is? Why isn't there more detail? And it's like a lot of the time it's because AEW is more hardcore and a lot of them are gonna know these people already. And
Mhm.
so they're kind of more catering to that. So it's more of a niche wrestling in that sense. It's more of a hardcore based fan base. Like, obviously,
Oh,
they
yeah,
listen to the
absolutely.
casual end as well. They cater to that with, got Big Boom AJ wrestling and shit. So they do cater to casuals and bring, they've had Shaq wrestle and stuff like that. So I just feel like the AEW is like they're not so in your face about um like everything going on. Like if you're watching the show, they're expecting not like really just expecting you to fully understand everything, but like they're not trying to like always remind you what's going on. And so I feel like WWE fans have a hard time if if that's all they're used to is WWE, so they're just used to that way of storytelling. They're like, this sucks. Like I
Oh,
can't follow because there's so much going on. I totally understand. There's a lot going on.
yeah, oh,
It's
yeah.
more of a show that's kinda yeah, they'll recap. I'm not saying they don't do that, and they'll kinda remind you of like, "Oh, this happened last week, and so before this segment," or whatever. That happens, not as often, very and if it does have it's shorter. It's not gonna be as in depth and commentary giving you every little detail. So I feel like that's why a lot of people will like watch AEW and not but that's why I love it. It's like the storytelling. If you pay attention enough, if you're really invested, you're watching along, you're gonna see it. And maybe people will say that with WWE, but I mean, sure, I guess sometimes it is, but
Yeah.
not as
Sometimes.
often as AEW is. It just
Yeah.
I always feel more rewarded, like just being like watching and then getting to the pay-per-views and then just how things play out. Even if I disagree with something.
Yeah. Because there's a lot you could disagree with, on tonight's card, but it was great matches, so we'll get into that
Yeah,
once
so
we get
yeah,
there.
match of the year though. That was a fucking I love the storytelling in that match. It was great. A lot happened in there. It
It
was
was great
fantastic.
storytelling, and it's
Yes.
gonna set up so much going
And it
into,
didn't need to be in 3 fucking 15-minute segments in 3 weeks.
nope, didn't.
I mean, we had segments with them and stuff to play it out, but more of it played out in the match, which I love.
Got built up over, like, I think a matter of 2 weeks on Dynamite, so it wasn't
And
even.
it was just like backstage segments for the most part.
Hmm,
And
it
then the
was.
match had most of the storytelling. Love it.
That's all you need.
And so after this match too, I was like, well, how are they gonna follow this? Like what like good luck to the whole card. I was like, good luck to everyone because that was insane. And then they immediately follow it with the returning Chris Jericho. And I'll tell you what, I had very low expectations for this match. You
I
know,
don't
me
doubt
and
it.
my Jericho stuff. I was like, "Oh, I'm sure Ricochet could do some cool shit here and there," in my head. Like, I didn't wanna shout on it too vocally, but in my head, I was like, "Oh, I'm sure he'll pull off a cool few things here and there." No, bro, they had a good match.
It did. It was a better match than I thought it was
It
gonna
was
be.
not fucking bad. Dude, Jericho ate a fucking I forgot what it was exactly on the apron. It was something that dropped him on his, like, upper back neck area. It was
Was
almost
it
like a fireman's carry. It was almost like an AA, I don't
it
know,
was
it
a
might have been
Death
a Death
Valley
Valley it
driver,
was
yep.
some yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was Death Valley Driver. He ate a nasty Death Valley Driver on the apron. I believe he also took a suplex on the outside. I might be wrong on that.
I
Maybe
think
thinking of a different
s
match. But
yeah, he
but yeah,
did.
no, he took some and then he had a pretty good lion salt. It was fucking clean. No fucking issue with it whatsoever. It was
I
a clean
mean
ass lion salt. He was in good shape. He's slimming. I will say this is kind of weird to say, but I did notice because I was like kind of paying attention to like how he looked. I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, he's in really fucking good shape, you know? Looks like even slimmer than when he did initially lose weight like a year or so ago. Um, but I noticed he has no ass and his pants kept falling. So like he's
that
lost enough weight to where he's like lost booty. Like I'm no homo. I'm just saying, like I noticed his pants kept dropping. He had a flat man's lower back, like a flat ass lower back. Like I know because I have that. So I know. I was like, dude has no ass.
he did look in better
Lost
shape
his
though.
ass.
I was and,
Oh,
like,
he looked great.
he
Like, yeah,
wasn't
he had abs
gassed.
and skin. No, he didn't seem gassed at all. Like it wasn't an over the top Ricochet style match. Ricochet has some crazy shit as always, but like, and Jericho had some good shit too. But, like and that spinning elbow, he had a spinning elbow on the outside that looked really fucking good. Usually, that elbow
Mhm.
doesn't look that great in my opinion,
It
but it
doesn't.
looked pretty fucking good tonight. Yeah, I had low expectations, so this match easily obviously, I didn't really care for GOA getting involved. I was surprised like, it makes sense that that's how, Ricochet went. GOA is getting they
Mhm.
got involved quite a bit during the match, like 2 or 3 times. That's what helped Ricochet win. But I still thought, I guess in my mind, return Canada, but unfortunately Canada lost everything tonight. Not one Canadian won.
Which I don't
Christian Cole,
understand it.
Kenny, and Jericho all lost. And Speedball, but I mean,
I
it
was
was a
about to say, and
gauntlet,
your
so
boy
that was a little
Speedball.
bit yeah, all the Canadians ate L's, and I was a little bit bummed.
I
I was hopeful for Kenny, but I already kind of figured MJF would win. I was just hopeful.
I just for me, this match,
So yeah.
the one like there was nothing negative about this match. The best thing about this match was Jericho's time off. He actually put time to come back as a better version of himself that he can be at what 55 years old. And
Mhm.
he puts someone over who, in my opinion, he feels as going to be able to take AEW to the next step. I feel like that's kind
Yeah,
of what this
100%.
was. And
100%. Yeah, I was just surprised, like, because it usually, I even joked after Cage and Cope lost. I was like, "Who wrote this show? Paul Levesque? All the hometown people losing, and not hometown and home country, but
yeah,
I just memeing because it feels like that was a thing that happened a lot with him more than Vince. So, yeah, I was a bit surprised, but it made sense. And I was like, ah, GOA, they're ringside. Shouldn't be too shocked by it. But yeah, no, it was a solid match. And then Ricochet also he won with he hit the lion salt
so
to get the win. So he had hit the whatchamacallit, I forget what he calls
Spirit
his finishing
Gun.
move. Yeah, and then so then he went to go for the cover, but Toa and Bishop were like, "No, no, no, no. Go up, do it." And then he did the lion song and got the win.
It was a
So, yeah,
great
with their
ending.
involvement, they got involved a few times. It was solid. Yeah, I would actually go on to say that this was like even though this was not bad, like I wouldn't say this was a bad match by any means. I will say that out of all the matches, this is what I'd put it when I tell people this is the last match to watch. Like it wasn't bad, but like in my opinion, every other match was better. So, but I don't want people to think that means it's bad. It wasn't bad. Like if I had to give it a rating, this was like a 3, 3.25,
Mm.
3.5, if you're in that range. Not bad at all. I just thought everything else was above it. It was an
Oh
insane
yeah,
show.
and we are getting ready to get into one of those that is absolutely above it, and one of the matches that the man like the man lives knocking on death's doorstep. And this match, I don't know how the fuck he walked away from. There were
I
spots
don't
in
know,
this
bro.
match that I was just like, "How?" Yeah, I had someone in my chat who was like, "He loves punishment. He loves pain." And then we see a suplex from the ring to the floor, and
That's the one I was thinking of.
they were like, "My point exactly." I was like, I don't know. This dude is crazy. But
I will
yeah,
say, I think Darby only won because Andrade took off his pants. If he would've kept his pants on, he would've fucking won, bro, I'm telling you. He let the aura out.
yep, out here
I'm just
showboating, but
kidding.
hey,
But, no, yeah, Darby is insane. I said it a few times. I was like, he's not gonna be wrestling in 5 years.
yeah, there's
Like,
no way.
just, if every match is like that for him, he's not gonna be wrestling in 5 years.
Mm-mm. But
It's insane.
like props to him. Not saying he shouldn't, but like he does it
Oh, yeah, do what you
without
want.
taking anything to help with the pain. Like he has to he
Well,
lives in
that's
an
good,
ice
but, like,
bath. Like
it's I do understand why people would want him to slow down. It's just his basic health.
oh
Like,
yeah, I know.
it's not even just like, yeah, you could get a lot bad injury, become paralyzed, doing a lot of shit, the way you land, all that shit, the bumps you take going down, concrete or whatever the fuck, all the shit you do. It's not just like that. It's just the fact that even if you don't and you somehow don't get like a super life-threatening injury or career-ending injury, the fact that you're gonna probably be super disabled by the time you're older based off of all these bumps you took. Look at Mick Foley is somehow lucky that he's not already in a wheelchair and shit. Like he's had a lot of issues, surgeries and stuff. But fuck, man, if Darby can end up like him, where he's like, yeah, he's in pain and stuff, but like not really like needing I don't know. I just could see this dude needing a walker when he's like 50 at this rate, Darby.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to ever, yeah, I agree with you. Like it just doesn't make any like hats off to him because man, he honestly like his matches. I'm on the edge of my seat like every time, and
Oh,
there's a
fuck,
lot
yeah.
of like a ton of his matches. There's a lot of cringing. Holy shit! How did he walk away from this?
Mhm.
I don't understand. And I love his matches. Don't get me wrong. Like he like I get excited
Like the
when
dive to the outside, and he, like, overshot Andrade, and he basically went over his head into the fucking commentary. Like, my god.
and the drop kick on the concrete steps to Andrade, and then he gets back in the ring, and you see it
Oh,
on
in the
his
crowd. Yeah,
back.
yeah, when they were in the crowd. Yeah, the lines on his back, the red lines from the steps, and dude has gone down so many or, like, bumps on concrete steps like it's nothing. Like, obviously, it hurts. He sells it like he's dying, but, like, I don't know why he does it. It's stupid.
I don't either, but man, he puts on a hell of a match no matter what.
Oh, yeah, I could thank you for the entertainment, but I'd rather him not be paralyzed or
God, absolutely not.
hurting when he's 50 all the time. I guess that comes with the territory for some guys. But, yeah, no, amazing match. Darby's now number 1 contender. He's
Mhm.
facing, obviously, MJF, which we'll get into that title match. Um, it's funny because actually, really quick, I saw SRS say after they announced Darby getting that match for Wednesday, he tweeted, "I think Darby wins at spring break," or spring breaking or whatever they call it. And then I saw nothing but, like, a ton of people come in my chat like, "Oh, yeah, I think Darby's gonna become world champion Wednesday." I think a
No,
lot of people took his opinion as a scoop. And while maybe he knows more than others, I don't think that's what he meant. I think he was just sharing his opinion. So maybe Darby does because they're doing an instant title match already, just 4 days later or 3 technically because it was a Sunday pay-per-view. So anyways, that's my little take on that little tweet from SRS.
I mean, I honestly I believe Darby will be a champion, a world champion at some point. Do I think it
100%.
happens now at this point in this storyline we're running with MJF? I don't think so. Like I could see it happening after All In, but I
I
could
can
be
see
wrong.
MJF like cheating to win or whizzing his way out of the match and then it gets scheduled for Double or Nothing.
It could. That would that's not a bad idea. I mean, you could do it where, he can't face Hangman again. That we know. So we could get
Yeah.
it the way he cheated to win here. Darby gets his match, and then he cheats there, Kenny and Darby both pissed off, and then they want a triple threat at Double or Nothing,
Maybe, yeah.
which could give
But we'll
us
see where that
Darby.
goes. But yeah, Darby's fucking insane, man. Oh, and it's official. Kevin Knight versus Claudio Castagnoli at Spring Breakthrough this Wednesday for the TNT title. Which
That
let's talk about that.
it's gonna be a match.
So we'll get back to the tag titles, but the gauntlet match, Casino Gauntlet, we obviously started off with Ciampa and Roosh. So everyone that was in this match after that was Daniel Garcia, El Clone, Kevin Knight, Speedball Bailey, Pac, Roosh, Tommaso Ciampa, and Wheeler Yuta.
Mhm.
Um, so did I say Pac? Oh, and Bowens. I don't know if I said Bowens, but yeah, it was a solid Casino Gauntlet. Nothing too crazy in it. No returns, no Jay
Nope.
White,
No.
no Wardlow,
Mm-mm.
no,
No
Brian
fucking
Cage, none of the
Austin
returns that
Gunn. Nothing.
yeah, so yeah, it wasn't bad. I was fine with who was all involved.
Mhm.
Um Clone being in there was cool. It was a lot of, high flyers, Bandito, Speedball, Kevin Knight, Clone, Pack. So that was really cool. Um Kevin Knight getting the win. And it was interesting how he did it. So Speedball was in the submission. I'm trying to remember who had him in a submission. I think it was Pac. Pac had him in the brutalizer, I think.
I know
No, it was
Garcia
Danny
had
Garcia
him
had the
in
Dragon
the
Tamer.
yes, yeah, Dragon Tamer.
Yeah, my bad. So Dragon Tamer, and then he did the UFO splash onto him, but at the same time, it basically took out Speedball
Hmm?
because he was in the submit, so he landed on both guys. But then he pinned, of course, he pinned Daniel, and got the win. But yeah, that was interesting because even Speedball, the way he was looking at him after, like, damn, bro, you got me too. Like,
Yeah, that was one thing I commented on after the match was Speedball when he was back like setting himself up
laying
on the
there,
bottom
yeah.
rope. He kind of looked happy, but then when he got out of the ring, it kind of like clicked in, like you kind of
Damn, he took me out
took
too.
me out. Like if it
Yeah,
wasn't
hit
for
him
that, I
with the UFO
wouldn't.
splash too.
So does Speedball turn heel? Do we see, or does
No.
Kevin Knight turn heel?
I just think they'll be like, damn, it kind of sucks that you had to take me out to get it, but I'm happy for you type of thing.
Think so?
Yeah.
I would like to see Speedball and Kevin Knight go one on one.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But I just don't want one of them to turn. Just do it like FTR when they face in the Owen. Just fucking, we gotta fight. I'm gonna kick your ass. I love you, bro. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Another thing from the press conference, real quick. Tony Khan confirmed that Gabe Kidd had a shoulder injury, out indefinitely.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that was.
Hopefully he doesn't need any type of surgery because if it's a dislocated shoulder, that could fuck up ligaments too
Yeah,
and
I,
shit.
I hope not. God,
It's so unfortunate. It was so early in the match too. It felt like it was like 3, 4 minutes in when
it
that happened.
was. It was so fucking quick. But yeah.
But yeah, so fun concealed gauntlet. Glad that Kevin Knight won. I really didn't
I
expect him to win, honestly.
yeah, that was a big surprise for me. Out of the people in there, like I
I thought it was
thought,
gonna be Ciampa.
so I had it either Roosh or Garcia. They started coming out after Roosh. I was like, okay, so maybe Garcia. He's had it before. This makes sense. But I did not expect him. Kevin Knight's had great matches against Darby, against Moxley, against MJF. So I guess it does make sense. We've seen him have the track record to be a champion. So maybe this is the push Tony's seen. It was like, hey, this is the opportunity. Maybe it was originally supposed to be him and Kyle somewhere, and we just don't
Yeah,
get to see that yet.
maybe. I mean, supposedly Kyle was supposed to be defending the title tonight. Is what the rumor is, but I don't know if they ever revealed who against who. But
Yeah.
yeah, big bummer. And Kyle said on Wednesday it was supposed to be him and Okada versus the Bucks, but I think that was just storyline purpose why they went with Takeshita and all that stuff to make it make sense at least because they weren't getting along. But yeah, so happy for Kevin Knight, man. Good to see him get that TNT title. Hope that he has a really good reign. Obviously it sucks that he had to get it due to Kyle's injury, but I'm happy that they went with him. Like that was a good shock for me.
Was I popped for it, so I most
Oh,
definitely
same.
enjoyed it.
Like when he got it, the UFO, and he did the pin, I was like, Kevin Knight, where's that? Because I always do something like that, where like I kind of like count, like say something with the count
Yeah.
sometimes, and like just kind of have it. from hearing commentary, I guess, throughout my whole life.
Mhm.
And so when I get invested in something, that's what I'll do every now and again. And that was just one of the time where I did. It's like, oh, UFO splash, Kevin, Knight, did it, because I didn't expect it. So it was like I legit like put my hands up. I was like, oh my god, like didn't expect it.
It was it was one of those that did shock me throughout the night. So I'm glad. Like I said, I'm glad this was the right choice.
So I don't think FTR should have again second pay per view in a row. I don't think FTR should have won this match.
FTR shouldn't have won, right? Just want to make sure I heard you
Yes.
right. Yeah. Okay. So we agree on that one. So yes, this is
Yeah.
the
No, that should have.
one.
That's Cage and Cope and can't like maybe it's leading to a triple threat ladder at All In or at Double or Nothing or that's the
It
only other thing I could
is.
think of because I was surprised and obviously Stokes helped and they used the belt so they didn't win clean. It was another shenanigans filled. You know, that's how come they won. But yeah, fine match. Nothing bad about the match. It had great moments. But yeah, and Cope getting busted open the hard way. That replay showing the title shot and then the
Dude, oh
immediate
my
blood.
god.
Like before he even fell, the blood was coming out. That was crazy.
Yeah, I think he got hit with the side plate screw. I I think that's honestly
Something.
what hit it. But
Regardless, it was dumb to take an actual headshot with that.
mm, I,
I mean, I don't know if that was the plan, but I feel like it was.
I honestly like this. I was hoping so bad that we would finally get Cope and Christian having the titles finally one last time, so we get past that. Because I know that's going to be the last thing, really. In my At least I think that's what they're going to do. That's going to be the last like send home. And but you made a good point, the triple threat at Double or Nothing, because we seen FTR use some of the Young Buck stuff.
Yeah, they went
And
for the
so
they did the BTE trigger and something else. I don't know if they went for the Meltzer driver,
I
but
think they
I saw they
did
did.
do try to
Oh,
do
just super kicks. I think.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
it
it was just
was.
super kicks.
So I'm not mad that we're gonna get a triple threat at all. I just feel
It's
like
gonna be their version of the TLC. I feel at least just for Edge and Christian because they obviously did the Hardys and Dudleys did their final match in TNA, and I think that was a tables match or something or a ladder
it
match,
was.
or I don't remember what it was. So I think this is kind of their version of like, hey, you're gonna get your homage to your like one of your greatest matches as a team.
Yeah, but remember they can't call it TLC. We figured that out, so it's gonna have to be something different.
It'll just be a triple threat ladder
Uh,
match, and they'll just use tables and chairs in it. So that's
uh,
that's.
uh,
I mean, why make it
yeah.
fancy? Just call it the fucking triple threat ladder match, and
Uh,
then you'll have tables. And it's not like you just have to use nothing but ladders like that. Anytime there was, that's why it became TLCs because those three teams would be their first one was literally called a triple threat ladder match,
mhm.
and they brought out the tables because of the Dudleys. That was their gimmick. The tables, kind of like that's what they did. They always used tables. And then just in theory, that everyone else used chairs and whatever else. So there's just kind of those three primary weapons. And like, oh, okay, well, we'll call this TLC.
Yeah, and then
Actually, I think the first one was just a normal tag match. It might have been Dudley's and Cope, Edge and Christian. I don't remember. There was like a ladder match, and then that like one of the other teams started getting involved, and that's what made the TLC. Anyways, yeah, I'd have to go back and see it.
can't remember all of that because I was young at that point, but I do remember the
Me too, but
WrestleMania ladder match.
I love yeah, and they had another one at SummerSlam, which
Yeah,
was it yeah, SummerSlam. Might have been I was thinking Survivor Series, but
because
yeah.
that was TLC too.
So yeah, yeah, so that's where I think they're going. They
I
do their own like a TLC, but
And then it was odd. So Christian took the bump over the timekeeper's table.
yeah, he got yeeted over into the
Yeah,
timekeepers area. That was crazy.
and like he just laid there. Like normally you would see him like try to get back up
Well,
and
he did
try.
get pretty fucked up prior to before that. It's not like he
Yeah,
just went over it. They fucked him up.
well, I was expecting him to get back in the ring, but no. Cope had to fight FTR at least for like felt like 5 minutes by himself. I know it wasn't that long, but damn. But like I
No,
just
it was like a minute and a half. That
yeah
was the finish.
yeah.
So they went straight to the finish after that, but it was like a good, I'd say, minute before the pinfall happened. So yeah, he was down for a bit, but it wasn't overly long.
I know, but it felt like forever because the 2-on-1 and then Cope was like already busted open and it was a double
Because
spear?
because
Yeah.
he took a chair shot is what it was. So, oh, yeah, to end it. But, Cope or Cage was on the outside, he had the chair, him and Stoker were, like, playing, like, tug of war,
Mhm.
and that's when Wheeler pushed him into the chair,
Yeah,
into the post, and then he threw him into the so, yeah, so it was basically like taking a chair shot to the head is what
yeah,
he was selling.
that is right. Yeah, that does make sense though.
Um, yeah, so he was down because of that. And then he got up and he had the chair and he was, like, in the ring like, "What? We lost?" Like, he was all acting like he was out of it.
Happen, yeah,
Uh, yeah, but yeah, so definitely I think we're going to the triple threat with Bucks.
yeah. It's gonna be a good match. I do believe them 3 will put on one hell of a triple threat match for them tag titles.
Yo, Tekla has charisma like crazy. Like not like Shawn Michaels charisma, but like I don't know, just like the little things she does during a match, like her little like taunting. I don't know what it is. It's just perfect. Everything she does, like she'll mock everyone so perfectly. And with her, her match with Jamie was really solid tonight. And like another, it wasn't like a super crazy good match. I wouldn't say like it was like an outstanding all timer, but it was like it was not bad. It was a really good title match.
It was. When Tekla first showed up, I think we might have talked about this before. I didn't know much about her. Some people did in my chat, and they told me a little bit of a background. I was like, okay, we'll see how it goes. And like, she has just continued to impress me with her mic skills, the way she taunts people in the ring. And I mean, we've seen it in the past with the Mina stuff, which is making fun of doing Tony shit in the ring. And then tonight, it was just, I don't know, man. I don't know who takes this title from her. My God, she took some bumps from Jamie as well, but
Yeah.
she made Jamie look extremely well, which Jamie's a hell of a competitor herself. I feel like Tekla, like, she could be champion all the way to All In.
Yeah, I really don't know who defeats her either at this point. I mean, you could build up some people hopefully by then. It's gonna be interesting to see this women's division without I mean, it could be even have Mercedes come back and turn face. She's lost all her titles. Maybe she does like a redemption arc. Like, I don't know. But yeah, and then with people returning too, maybe there's been talks that Ruby Soho's might be returning with her posting a lot of
Mhm.
stuff of her training and Um, and then this whole Willow like doing this whole open challenge against people to return, like you can throw so many names in. This women division could get so it's already deep. Just injuries are hampering it. Are people gone for a while too? So hopefully people and the AEW put on great stories, but people step up because it's gonna be interesting to see without Tony.
Yeah, and even with Camille coming back tonight, she's gonna be a heel, so I don't see a really unless they do a face a face change with her. I don't see her going for Tekla. Yeah, I feel like AEW's women's roster right now with the women we see regularly in AEW, there's more heels than there is faces. The women's
I
division.
could see Willow being the one eventually to take it off Tekla. I don't know if you want to wait all the way till All In, which it would be a good reign for her because she won it November
Mhm.
full gear. So yeah, I mean, you could go all the way to All In, which would be a pretty good reign for Tekla, honestly, if you really want her to carry the division that long throughout the summer and everything. So Willow would make the most sense to me, but obviously she's TNT champion. She could lose it between now and then.
You know who
You know,
needs to take
build
it?
herself back up.
Who
Who?
deserves a Harley Cameron.
The World title or the TNT title?
I mean, it would be a surprise if she's the one to take it off Tekla, but that
That's what I
would
thought
be
you meant.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought you meant. Uh,
Harley Cameron
I like
deserves a
her, but
singles title.
I, mm, I'm I'm not there yet. I love Harley. I think there's so many women when it comes to AEW who should be there.
I mean,
Not saying she
Athena's
doesn't deserve it. I just feel like Athena or even Willow should be pushed up to that women's world title. Like if we're talking world title, yeah, for sure. Over Harley by far.
I could see it.
Hell, I'd
I
even say
understand.
Megan Bayne. They had me believing Megan was gonna beat Tony during her reign. So
Should have, honestly.
I wouldn't have been against it. At the time when she lost, I was like, "Damn, Megan should have won that," but they had Tony One via roll up. But yeah, so we'll see where this women division goes. Tekla, I could see her keeping it all the way to All In, or I wouldn't be surprised if she lose it before then too. But I don't know. Willow's the only one I could see that makes sense to me to dethrone her, but she's TNT champion currently.
No way. Monet's gonna come back as a face, and she'll take it off of her.
They could build her up to that too. I don't know. That would take. I mean, if she comes back soon, she lost all her titles, so she got into the Owen, maybe lose that. I don't know. She won it last year. You can unless you want her to go back to back
But the Owen
and have her
automatically
finally
is a
win it like that.
guaranteed title match. That would be the
Yeah,
easiest way.
I wouldn't hate if she like didn't win it till like Full Gear this year
Wouldn't be bad.
instead of All In.
You did have Alex Windsor beat.
Well, with Jamie losing tonight too, I could see, and Alex getting the win over Marina, I could see them pushing Alex into
Oh,
that spot. Like, oh, you beat Jamie, well, I'm gonna beat your ass.
mhm. So that's a good possibility too.
Yeah, I don't think she would defeat her though. I think it'd be just another feud, like part of the continuation with the Jamie stuff because it's Brawling Birds. So
Oh yeah,
that
just
was an interesting entrance too. They had like a little pub in the back
boy, and
when
she
they were
drank about a
chilling there,
fourth
like
of a beer, didn't she?
yeah, ready to go. It didn't help.
It did. Liquid courage didn't help her. Like,
But that was cool. I thought that was cool. The little like pub they had in the back. That was pretty neat. Moxley and Osprey. This is another one that surprised me by who won. I'm not gonna go as
Jesus.
far as to say that it should have been Osprey. Obviously, this was his first pay-per-view match back. Um, so I'm and then obviously with Mox is, they turned face. At least he's a major face of the group now. Wasn't fully against it, but I just really thought Osprey was gonna win it.
I did too. I mean, we come out the door with 2 hidden blades.
And it was a clean. Yeah, 2 hit him, and the first one legit busted his mouth open right away.
Oh yeah,
Before the second one, he was already bleeding.
that first one was coming for the head. Like he was trying to knock his damn jaw off.
So, and then he also hit, I think he technically altogether hit 4 because he also hit one after eating
He
I don't know, I
did.
think it was just a normal paradigm shift. It might
Mhm,
have been, I don't know, it might have been the Death Rider, but he hit one of them, and then he basically, as he collapsed, hit the hidden blade while he was falling down.
mhm.
So he hit 4 hidden blades. He obviously didn't pin him after that one, but he, didn't win with those. Like, that's crazy. He did try to go for the Tiger Driver. Excuse me.
Bless you.
But
Bless
he
you.
didn't yeah, thank you. Went for a Tiger Driver, didn't really get it. He kinda just put him in the, pedigree type style to go for it, but never got him up.
Yeah, 'cause
So he wanted to take his head off.
he sure as hell did. Uh, but my God, like, I know, like, and there's probably someone on somewhere that probably agrees with me, but God almighty, I don't wanna see another person give Will Ospreay a power driver because holy shit,
On the steps, right?
that yes, that was nasty.
Yeah, he took quite a few spots. Was that when he, like, did the twitching and all that shit? I fucking
Mhm.
hated that because when they sell, like, that makes me think they're legit. Like, that type of sell, that makes me think of, like, legit, like, a hurt or something. So and he sold it so well, so I was like, "Motherfucker." I was like,
Uh,
"Please." And just the fact that he's even taking those type of moves after and, like, he literally I even was saying during the match, "Dude, you had neck fusion, surgery, like, 7 months ago. Chill the fuck out."
yep, and then that's when he got back in the ring at the count of 9, and then I think Moxley hit
I liked that too because I liked that he, like, grabbed the apron when right as he said 9,
collapse.
but then he let go and collapsed. So I was like, "Oh my god," because that was
Yeah,
such a
yeah,
good way to, like, instead of like, "Oh, I got in at 9.9," which he did, but it was like at 9, he grabbed the apron, it looked like he was about to do it, and then he collapsed fully flat and then got up and slid in. I was like, "Oh my god, that was great."
yeah. Just I know, like we talked about it before we started, like, he was just pissed off that he lost, but my god,
Mhm.
he was selling that that left shoulder was beyond there. Like, I felt like he was, like, actually hurt by the way he was selling that left shoulder. But, I mean, just coming off neck surgery, and like you
Mhm.
said, 7 months out. Yes, he's been in training, he's been through physical therapy, this and that, but my god. How many power drivers like that, or power drivers in general, can he really take? like that before he actually does
Well,
feel something
dude,
like that, you know?
yeah, like, I don't know, it's scary. But, like, the match ended and then, of course, Moxley's finish is like a DDT, but and then Death Rider's like a lifted one. So he hit paradigm shift, or first he hit the stomp, paradigm shift, kick out from Osprey from a stomp and 2 paradigm shifts, and then the Death
That's
Rider and
right.
got the 3. Dude, that's fucking insane that he kicked out of 2 paradigm shifts like that and a stomp and then got sorry. Yeah, and then got Death Rider. I always get confused because it's like same move, but one's different because he lifts them up, so they call it different. I always mix them up all the time. Even though I know the difference, I still say the wrong one. Like,
Yeah.
just because 'cause I'm used to saying one. Like, "Oh, he just hit," so since he did 2 paradigm shifts, I'm like, "Oh, damn it, Death Rider because he lifted him up. Sorry. Fuck." So much. But, yeah, dude, insane fucking match. It was the 20-minute time limit, so it was no extended like he did
Gotcha.
Takeshita. Um, where does the Osprey go from here? We obviously have the Owen in May, at least it should be getting announced for May as usual. At least the start of it, and usually goes through June. Um, yeah, I'm hoping that he wins that and gets the title match at All In. So, I mean, we'll see. He beat everyone else basically in the Death Riders, but Mox, so I could see a rematch as well. But it was a clean win.
It was
I mean,
clean.
obviously with the Continental rules, no one was ringside. Nothing. There was no shenanigans. Mox just beat his ass finally.
Yeah, I have him going into the Owen. I have him winning it this.
Yeah, there's still a bit of time till then, so I wonder what he does between now and then because we have Double or Nothing, and usually that's when that starts, I believe.
Yeah, it gets announced, right after. I think it runs through Forbidden Door, don't it? Or does it normally
Well,
run through
Forbidden Door, I
Double?
believe this year's after All In, so
Are they gonna do it
does it
after
usually
all
run
that?
through Double or Nothing? I mean, they could do that because it's not till August this year. Because last year it was in July, so they had, the month and a half-ish between, so this year it would be 2 months between if they were to start in May, so maybe they hold it off till the end of May? I don't know.
Huh, maybe
But when's
so.
Double or Nothing?
May
It's like mid-May,
24th.
right? Oh, okay, never mind. So if I mean, that would still be with All Ins in August, you still have some time. I don't know, maybe they extend it. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see, I guess, but that's why I'm so curious with All In later this year, what they're gonna do.
Maybe they do, because the C2 isn't gonna start anytime soon. Which
No, that's
that's
the end of
where,
the year. It
yeah,
doesn't start till December
that's where we'll get Moxley's opponent at for his title. Cause I don't
if he's
feel
still
like
champ then, yeah.
he ain't dropping that for a while. I don't know who's gonna take that title either.
I don't know, they did that with Okada. Okada basically had it since its inception for the most. Well, I mean,
But
Eddie
Okada
Kingston
wasn't
did, but
defending it a lot, but yes,
I guess so. Not as much as Moxley, it feels like, yeah. But, still, I just don't think we're gonna get another long reign because Okada had that forever.
he did. God forever.
Um, so, the unfortunate match, the trios match, as I talked to you about earlier, I noticed immediately that Gabe Kidd after the dive from O'Reilly. So O'Reilly, first before we get to the injury, they did a special entrance with the conglomeration. So they came out first. It was like a friend set. So the couch OC was sleeping on, and they had the little door and like the coffee table and everything. And then on the Titantron, they had like the backdrop, like if it was a city or whatever, like the wall in the city because you got the windows. But then they also had like the live, the applause,
Lives.
and all that the laugh light, and they would literally light up when they wanted the applause and the laughs, which was funny. So they had Roger come out, he knocked on the door, comes in and he takes off, wakes up OC, he's like, 5 more minutes, mom. They
Yeah.
make it all fucking friends like or whatever. And then fucking Kyle O'Reilly knocks and he comes in. He's like, did somebody say conglomeration? And both OC and Roddy are like, no,
No.
actually, no one said conglomeration. He's like, conglomeration. And he made a weird ass face. And then they just came to the ring.
So I like that it was Kyle. I like the whole skit, but I feel like
Mhm.
I was kind of like, damn, it was Kyle. Like, I don't know. Maybe I
It made so
just,
much sense, and
yeah.
I knew it was gonna be him once I found out what they said from Collision. I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Kyle."
Yeah, like, I kn I knew it was gonna be, but I guess maybe it was the way they delivered it, but, like, it was a good, funny skit, and that's what the conglomeration's been. They've always been, like,
And I loved that
comedy.
I love that the dogs came out and destroyed the thing during their entrance too. That was
Gabe
hilarious.
Kidd pissed on the seat. Clark Connors was I don't know what the fuck
He
he
went
was
like
doing.
humped. He like dry humped it.
Yeah,
He dry humped the couch,
yeah,
and then fucking gave Kitty like a water bottle because he could see
yeah,
him throw it afterwards. He's
yeah.
like, yeah, he's pissing on it. And then David Finley just walked to the. Oh, that's when he was. Then
Oh,
he
he was
started
beating
destroying
the
the
fuck
door.
out of the door, yeah, with the shillelagh. Like,
Yeah, and then they pushed it over finally. But, yeah, they in kayfabe, they won it on Wednesday. They filmed Collision after Dynamite, so they technically won it on Wednesday, but in kayfabe, it aired last night. They had a
um,
one-day reign. Gabe Kidd took a dive, so Kyle Riley did like a springboard or like a not springboard, but he dove over the top. Typical crossbody to the outside, but unfortunately landed heavy on Gabe Kidd's right arm, and it looks like it's a shoulder injury. Initially, so he did the dive, and then he, like, rolled through and then went for the arm bar. And I noticed he sounded like he, like, leaned over and went, "Are you okay?" And then the camera cut, and it went to, like, the other guys fighting on the outside or doing dives or whatever the fuck they did. Then it went back to Gabe getting up, and then he, like, kicked it might have been O'Reilly, kicked him over, and when he did it, I noticed his whole, like, wrist was, like I was like, "Oh, no," 'cause he was
mm,
holding it, he was selling the shit out of it. So I was just hoping he was just selling it because he landed on it all weight. And then once he did that, I was like, "Oh, no, he's fucking hurt." And then so I think he kicked both guys, and then he, like, went down or something. I might be wrong on how I'm really remembering it, but he eventually was on the ground, and then OC went to go pick him up and put him in the ring, and I swear I heard him go, "I'm hurt," and then OC just let him go and rolled back in the ring and went after
mhm,
someone else or whatever. And, right as, like, you could see OC going in the ring, you could see the Doc,
just
like,
helping.
quickly, like, crouching, getting to him. And we never saw him return. You actually could kinda see there was one camera shot as Gabe stood up and was walking toward, like, commentary. You could tell he was about to go through the crowd. And there was a fan footage that came out of him leaving with the docs and all that
Yeah,
through the crowd. So supposedly it's the shoulder. I thought it was a broken wrist at first, the way he was, like, holding his wrist.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, they dropped the title in one
which
day 'cause of,
fucking
they
sucks.
obviously had to change it. I think they would have definitely retained.
And, like, I don't feel like they wanted to drop the titles originally. I feel like something changed, like, it changed mid-match. 'Cause, like,
100%.
OC's face, even once the match ended, like, "What the fuck?" Like, he was
Well,
surprised as
I
well.
think they all knew. No, I
Yeah.
think they all knew the match was changed once Gabe was hurt, like, they all knew
Oh,
it
yeah.
was Dunskies, 'cause
But, like, he was
but,
even
yeah, he
yeah.
just had to sell it, just like sell like, "Oh, we did it." But yeah, no, that sucks, man, the whole wind got sucked out of my sails once I noticed he was hurt, like, and I just knew as soon as he landed on him that it didn't look right.
Yeah. I feel
But
like
I just didn't I was like, maybe I'm just overthinking it," but I was like, "Nah, that was so much weight on that arm."
uh, it
So, I hope Gabe Kidd was able to I hope it's not as bad. If it's a shoulder separation, hopefully it's a clean one and won't be like a Liv Morgan one where they need surgery to get in there and fix some shit. So, hopefully
God,
it's
I
just
hope
clean,
not.
pop out, pop in.
Yeah,
But the way he held it, I'm just nervous.
I really hope it's nothing too serious, but I guess we'll figure it out, probably in a week or so.
They said at the press conference, I think he was what you guys said, right? That
Mhm.
he's out
Out
indefinitely.
out indefinitely, yeah, probably gonna have MRIs and stuff, I guess, this week. Just, out indefinitely due to a shoulder injury, so
So best wishes to Gabe Kidd, man, because that's so
absolutely.
unfortunate.
And they were on a
And
hot
then
streak too, coming in New Japan, like, straight over. They were just
I
kept
wasn't a fan of them losing their pay-per-view debut last time, but yeah, I'm glad they got the win this time.
yeah.
And then the main event, Kenny Omega, MJF, fantastic match. So I don't know if you noticed before the pay-per-view yesterday, Mikey Ruckus posted a social media combination of Kenny Omega and MJF's themes, and they
I did
used
not.
that for Kenny Omega's theme tonight. So Kenny had a prelude tonight to his battle cry, and the theme that it was that combination. So if you listen to it, it was doing the battle cry stuff like, um fuck, I'm trying to remember because I'm thinking of the dun in my head because he came out to the orchestra theme, MJF as well, the
Mhm.
Devil's theme. But Kenny's like, dun 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 dun, and then you would hear like, or not, I don't even think it was that part, but you would hear that, then you would hear that dun 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 dun, like in the background slowly as well. So it was a really cool mashup. It's on the AW's like music social media page from yesterday. But Kenny used it as his intro. came out to battle cry, good pop from Canada crowd. MJF had a cool entrance. He had a fucking throne, came out from the ground, and he had a fucking dope ass crown. He had like a really his jacket reminded me of it was like a vest jacket, so he had no sleeves, but it reminded me of a Ministry Taker. Because it
Yep.
had that big back behind the head that went up, and he had like upside down cross. It had 666 written all over it. So I thought that was fucking hilarious. I was like, this goth MJF. Obviously, he's the devil, but it was still
Yep.
funny because it was more like goth style. But sick entrance with the orchestra theme, into his normal theme. Um, Fucking crazy match, dude. Initially, the ref saw the diamond ring in his tights at the start of the match. They do like the pat down thing, and he caught down the ring, took the ring out. But of course, we had a ref bump in this match.
Mhm.
So I have a question. Because of this ref bump, Kenny Omega hit a one-winged angel, goes for the cover. The crowd obviously count to like 10 or whatever the fuck they count to during a pin. A new ref came in and does the count. Does that count as a kick out of the one-winged angel?
I mean, I technically, yeah, I guess so. Cause even
But it was
commentary
longer
said
than a
it.
3 count. But it was the ref was down, and it was like it took a long time after the one-winged angel before the new ref came in to count it officially. Again, the crowd chanted I think Excalibur said they counted up to 15, but it was more like 8. But still, like, it was technically he would have won if
Mhm.
technically, it's a what if, so I can't really say he won. But I'm just saying that to me, that shouldn't count as a kick-outs to One-Winged Angel because of how long it took before the pinfall initially got even started.
It shouldn't, and I know why you're upset because commentary talked about it. MJF is, what now, the first person to kick out of the one-winged
No,
angel?
he's not! No, he is not. Not in it well, technically, it's Okada, but that's outside of AEW.
Yes, but
No,
it
that does not count as a kickout.
shouldn't kick shouldn't count. Unfortunately, they're gonna put it in the rule book in the record book that in AEW, MJF was the first one to kick.
No, it's not gonna be in the record book. It doesn't count because the recount didn't start after the move. The count
You
started
have a
10
valid point.
seconds-ish
You
later.
have a valid point. I'm not saying you're wrong, but
You are! You say it's gonna be in the record book. It's a
no,
lie,
it
and I'm
is a
gonna
lie.
sue them. I'm just kidding.
This match though,
But yeah, it's not a kickout.
it's not
It's like for that Friends episode, were they on a break?
were they on a break? Yeah,
Me me and Sarah always debate that. She's always like, "Cheated. No, they were on a break."
that's a good point.
It's the same thing.
It
Same
is.
thing. It was not a kick out, goddammit.
So, do you think he would have won off of the Avalanche one Winged Angel if he would have got
Yes, I
MJF?
was yelling at my fucking TV like you could hear me to cover him. Obviously, I had his legs under the rope anyways initially after it, so you'd have had to pull him to the middle more, but yeah, it's the fucking Avalanche one-winged angel.
Dude, that was
And
fucking
MJF, he
insane.
didn't it's not like he attempted to cover him right away, he took it, he sold everything, and then he finally reached over to pin him, and then MJF rolled out, so but yeah,
God.
I was a Kenny fan that whole match.
Oh, I know. I know. I was sitting here like, "Oh my god." I was like, "Josh is losing it."
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic match. I found it interesting that the ref was okay with Omega grabbing the, table where the timekeeper was, or the table from the timekeepers, and he, like, took it out and he placed it on top of MJF
That was
and
yeah.
stomped on it on top of him. I was like, "Damn, the ref really doesn't give a fuck, huh? He must hate MJF too, because he just used a weapon,
Yeah.
technically."
Like, you hear Bryce, "Kenny, you gotta get in the way." "I know, Bryce. I know. I'm sorry. I
No,
know."
he goes, "What do you want from me? To get in the ring?"
Yeah.
And he rolls in the ring, and then he rolls back out, and he's like,
Uh,
"Ah."
like, I like that you can hear that stuff because that adds to the
Yeah.
the characters in the match. My
Oh, no, and
gosh.
then he told me, you can't win it out here, you can only win it in the ring." And that's when he, like, rolled in and then rolled back out. But, yeah, dude, I said it earlier, and I still stand by it. Well, this was a damn good match, and I'd probably put it as the 2nd best match of the night, in my opinion. For me, I still think that the first MJF Kenny match was just a bit better. And maybe it's because that one went an hour and had a lot more time and spots. Maybe that's why. But just personally, and I think it was an Iron Man match, actually. I could be
It
wrong on that.
was. I think
But
so, yeah.
um yeah, so it was fucking I don't know. I thought it wasn't. Anyways, regardless, I still think the first one's better. This match was great though. Fucking amazing.
This is
Another all-timer for them.
this is my match of the night. I mean, we seen a crossroads into a package pile driver. Kenny kicks the fuck out of that. We seen the Avalanche, One Winged Angel. We and of course the match ends with a power. You had the only way you put Kenny down was to punch him in his guts, which still hurts tremendously due to the
Well,
diabetic
it was
eye.
with the ring,
In
so
the
that's what
ring,
he had the
yeah.
ring on his hand.
And then
Yeah.
power tombstone power drive this man through a damn table is the only way, and then hit the heat seeker, of course. But my God,
Mhm.
the chaos they put each other through. I mean, there's more in here.
I like how I like how after the match, after, like, it showed the replays, it showed MJF, like, one of the security guards, like, had his arm, on his shoulder and helping him, and as soon as it, like, cut back to them, MJF immediately takes his hand off him and,
Yeah,
leave me
get
alone."
off of me, get off of me, yeah, because that's when he sits on his throne and goes back down.
Yeah, and then it goes back down. I actually laughed at that. I was like, "He's going back down to hell. What a dick." No, but great match, dude. Like, yeah, I definitely wouldn't debate. Like, obviously, I say the opening match is mine, but like, I wouldn't. Yeah, this match could be anyone's match of the night. It was that good. So, um, I do. The only reason I really, but not just because I'm a Kenny fan. I really wanted Kenny Osprey 3, and that's another. I guess that is because I'm a fan because those are my two favorite currently in pro wrestling. So, their first 2 matches were great. So, I would have loved to see it for the world title at All In, especially crowning Osprey at All In, you know what I mean? So, if I was Booker, that's what I would have done. I would have literally had Kenny win tonight. I would have had I don't know what I would have done with MJF, but, like, long term, my goal would have been Osprey, Omega 3, All In. That would have been my long-term goal from that.
I mean, I really think it's still possible that we get there.
You can. I mean, we'll see what happens with Darby and Max on Wednesday. I could see that ending with shenanigans and maybe leading to Double or Nothing to set up for the actual match, but who knows? I mean, it's happening so soon, so we'll see. I can
The
see Max weaseling his way out because of how soon after the Kenny match, so
the Don Callis family could attack Darby because 'cause they're still on Max's payroll
that's
right
gonna be
now.
interesting too. Yeah, what's gonna happen to Ocallis fam? Like, is he gonna be mad at Andrade because they got paid to take out Darby and he lost? And then he shook his hand.
And
That's one
shook
thing
his
I didn't
hand,
bring up. He
yeah.
shook Darby's hand after the match and left him and applauded him and didn't attack him, nothing, just left it at that.
Yeah, I feel
And Don wasn't there with, was he there? He wasn't there with Andrade, was he?
yes, he was because no, because they were talking
No.
they wasn't because he was, someone brought it up that he wasn't there and he was gonna be mad about the woman taking the picture with him or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, that's right. But yeah, so I'm curious, like, if there's gonna be, like, because obviously Max paid them to take care of Darby. So I wonder if, like, that's gonna lead to him putting pressure on Don, that leads to him getting upset at Andrade or something, like, you know what I mean?
I do. And I feel like that may lead into the Don Callis family really losing a lot of their big aspects. Like Andrade, he could leave. He could part ways with Don Callis family as well due to this. Um, Castor for sure we know is leaving. So there's a lot that they could do building this. And then Mark Davis, like we said, has been on a fucking roll. He could be the one that still attacks Darby and takes him out of this match, or attacks him during the match and turns it to a DQ.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do a lot there, so I don't know, we'll see what happens with the Cal's fam. I don't know, I have this weird feeling they're not gonna follow up on this, but I hope they do. Um,
Hope not,
at
because
least maybe not Wednesday. Well, I just mean, like, maybe this Wednesday, I don't know, I feel like they might not follow up on, like, Darby won, Andrade lost. Maybe they'll follow up on Andrade shaking his hand, maybe Don will bring that up, but I don't think they'll I don't know, I just have a weird feeling they're not gonna bring up that they were paid to take care of Darby and that he didn't do it right. I hope I'm wrong. I don't know, I
I
just
do
weird
too.
gut feeling.
Um,
But, what's next for Kenny? So he lost the world title match. Obviously, he got cheated out of it. I don't think he gets a rematch with Darby getting the shot Wednesday now, so
I don't know.
got cheated out
Kenny's
of his title.
Kenny's one of those that's kind of like I feel like not lost in the shuffle because he's still being used a lot, but I feel like he's
Oh,
one
hell no, he just
that's
put over Max.
yeah. So I don't know where he goes. Honestly,
All the Canadians lost, damn it.
makes no fucking sense. But
I mean, I was fine with Jericho losing. I just didn't expect him to lose his first match back.
I don't know, maybe he falls into the Owen as well. You could stack the Owen this
I'd love to
year.
see Kenny in the C2 at the end of the year, bro. Give me it. I mean, you know what'd be crazy if we see more AEW representation in this year's G1, especially with it being announced for America to start in Chicago. Could you imagine if we had
Yes.
like I did see people speculating Osprey for the G1, especially since there was a report that came out saying to expect Osprey to be in New Japan more frequently this year than his last few years.
Yeah, I could see
And
that.
obviously we saw that with I forgot what the last show, but he came out and he was there, he had a match, and then he also brought up to the United Empire that he would want their help for,
Mm,
Death Riders, which they did Wednesday. Um, so I'm curious if he's in the G1.
he could be, and I'd be fine with that.
And
I
take him out of a lot of the summer story though, because that starts in July.
and runs through August, so yeah, I take him out all in.
Yeah, runs a while, yeah.
Yeah,
Runs like 3 weeks. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think he would be just because of that, because All In's in August, and then that would start in July, so that'd be cool, though, but I could see it being someone like Mox, but again, with All In, it's gonna be so hard to time everything. I think that's what made Forbidden Door hard to make it feel like a New Japan AEW shows because they were tied up in the G1, all their big stars.
fuck, and that's right, and Gabe Kidd had just
Well, Forbidden
declared
Door is
his
later this year, so
yeah, so
oh,
maybe
yeah, the Wars.
yeah,
You still can, you could have the dogs carried on without him, I guess, I don't know.
yeah. Oh, we'll see.
Especially since they both left there too, so yeah, great pay-per-view. I give it a 4.5 out of 5.
I give it yeah, I said 4.
And I don't wanna have comparison be the thief of joy for next weekend, but
Mhm,
it's gonna be hard. It's like when Takeover used to go and then the WWE had to follow it up, their main roster. That's what this feels like to me. We just got through a great show pro wrestling wise, and I said it on stream. I think WWE will have a great WrestleMania in the sense of it'll be a big spectacle with drama that keeps people on the edge of the seats. But when it comes to the in ring aspect of it, I will be shocked if they can touch and to me, this whole card was in ring like, my worst match was a 3.5 out of 5. That's good. That's
yeah,
really good.
it is.
So, it's not a bad rating to have. So, if my worst match on this is a 3.5 out of 5, Mania's got a lot. And it's just because of the obvious storytelling. A lot of us are not liking the direction a lot of these main stories have gone for the WrestleMania buildup. So, matches hopefully are still gonna deliver. If they just say, "Hey, go out there and ball out," fuck yeah, it'll be great.
It should be.
But, I'll be shocked if they can touch them in ring next weekend.
I agree with you. I had a lot of people tonight, um, asking me if I felt like WrestleMania was gonna be able to hold up to this. And I told them, I said, "I don't think it can, but I don't wanna compare it until I see it." I said, "'Cause they could
Yeah,
surprise us."
that's why I started with I don't want comparison to be my because I always say comparison is it's the thief of joy. When you
Yes.
compare something, you're gonna take away joy because we end up overthinking it. I do it
Mhm.
all the time. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, it's just hard when one company that I grew up loving, watch forever, and I'm always gonna love it to an extent, but like when it just gets bad sometimes, it just gets really bad. And the biggest thing to me is just SmackDown, how poor SmackDown I haven't watched it for the past 2 weeks, and while I am saying I'm gonna watch it this Friday, I've still debated in my mind, like, do I really wanna watch the go home SmackDown that's been 3 hours? Like, what they announced for Raw tomorrow, like, I even quote tweeted and was like, "So the same Raw we've gotten the last few weeks?" And this is what I was thinking about earlier today. When I was thinking about this, when I was tweeting this stuff, I think it's really hurt WWE that they've pushed Mania to mid-April. So it obviously used to be, like, beginning like, for a while. Like, back when I was younger, it was, like, late March, and then they moved it, like, a week and a half like, a week, and it was April.
Yeah.
So, I really think the push to mid-April, like, it's giving them more time, like, while at the time, I was like, "Yay, more time to build towards Mania," like, that's great news.
Yeah.
Well, it is WWE's creative ain't built for that right now, at the
It's
moment,
it's
this
not.
year, and, well, I'd argue last year too. Um, so I would argue that a lot of this has to do with the moving of Mania to mid-April.
Yeah, and I think we talked about it last time. Like, it used to be mid-March, start of April,
No, end of March. It's like,
in
yeah,
March,
end of
yeah.
March,
But,
start of
like,
April, yeah.
it getting drug out this far kinda is just odd. I don't understand it.
And
Um
last year, I remember they went on the UK tour, leading up to Mania last year, and,
Mhm.
like, they came home for, like, the last week or 2 before not home, but I mean US. So, like, I remember a lot of us not a lot, but there was like, a week or so there 'cause it was, like, a month, 5, 6 weeks they were in the UK, like, I think it was a month. I think after a while, we were all like I don't one of the shows, I can't remember if it was one or both, we were like, "Man, this feels extra long." Like, it just feels like we're having some filler episodes while we get out to this Mania this year. And obviously, it was the first year with it being pushed to mid-April. But, here we are again, we're the week of Mania. This year's build is I wouldn't even say arguably, I would say honestly very much worse than last year's. Um, which is odd because on paper, the matches look great when you just look at the name value and who they're facing. So it's really fucking weird. But yeah, man, I really think it has a lot to do with pushing it out to mid-April and just WWE's creative, unfortunately, isn't in a spot to where they can be creative enough to make us want this
Enjoy it.
extra couple weeks build the last few years building up to Mania. It just hasn't paid off well. And so, like, tomorrow's Raw is announced, both Roman and Punk will be there, both Brock and Oba will be there, and I think they announced fucking Liv and Stephanie as well, and, like,
They
basically
did.
everyone in the biggest matches. So, no and I had said and, like, I remember someone, like, replied there's a few people reply, like, "Well, would you expect, a ton of wrestling with the people on Mania?" I'm like, "There's 20 people, 20-ish people that are on this card. You have 60 plus people on this fucking main roster, 30 per show. You can't put people on matches or announce matches prior to a pro wrestling show?
Nope.
I understand. I don't want those people to wrestle and possibly get hurt. Look what happened to Liv just last week. Fucking took a bump
God,
backstage
did
and
you?
possibly people are claiming it's, they're gonna cut it close for her, and apparently Nikki is cutting it close too if she'll be cleared, I saw today, like, that when Meltzer said that it's, like, not looking good, it's just too close, they're not sure if she'll be cleared the day of. So, um, yeah, I don't want them to take unnecessary bumps, but you have this other people that could go out there and fucking compete that you could announce prior that have other things going on, but no, the people want them to focus on that, and I get you need to build up, but I guarantee you, Raw tomorrow and specifically SmackDown Friday I mean, SmackDown I think is gonna have more matches than Raw tomorrow, personally. I could be wrong on that, but because they obviously already announced the Andre, and I'm sure we'll get, like, the fucking tag titles and the women's
Oh.
US title on that SmackDown and shit. Oh, yeah, they'll do MFT
Oh,
Wyatt's
yeah.
again, it'll be
Oh,
for the
yeah,
lantern and
that's
the
already
tag
announced,
title.
yeah.
Oh, that's already announced, tag
Yeah.
titles?
No, it's just,
Um,
the Wyatts and the, um, MFTs.
MFT?
Yeah.
Just for the lantern then?
I don't know if it's for the Lander, I just know it's on the card.
So tag titles don't even get a tag ti so none of the tag titles will be defended Mania week, that's crazy.
Not that I've seen, not yet.
Well, the Usos aren't defending at Mania, so we already know that's not happening, and if they already announced MFT and Wyatt and it's not for the tag titles, then yeah, none of them are on Mania week. They're just being
Keep
held captive, which is
keeping it out
disappointing because they have
there.
such good tag teams. Shit, even someone told me in my chat today, could you imagine if we got fucking Fraxium versus the Bucks?
God, that'd be wild.
Like, SmackDown's made me even forget that Fraxium could fucking ball out. Like, when they were on NXT, they were just balling out, like, almost every week,
Yeah.
and now it's like, what are they doing? Couldn't even tell. I haven't watched, so I can't tell you, but
I don't either. Fraxium hasn't been there in a while. The last time I seen Fraxium, they were
oh,
facing
they were
each
on
other on
AAA.
AAA.
They were on AAA, yeah. That's right. They were in that, like, fucking Mexico or whatever the fuck it was, different country thing match, yeah.
Speaking real quick of AAA, did you see what
Dude, did you see that brawl?
whoever the fuck's cooking AAA's production and creative, why the fuck ain't they cooking on the
Well,
main roster?
that's all so all I saw was like, I didn't I s like, kinda I put it on, like, 2x speed, the video of, like, the whole thing, so I guess the woman who, like, got cornered by Original Grande is Ludwig's real life girlfriend currently?
Okay.
So she was, like, interviewing that dude, and then Original Grande came out and started beating him up and then got in the face of the chick. And he's and for a while, I think I've brought it up before, he's mad over as a heel right now, Original Grande,
Mhm.
since he's returned in Mexico. And it's funny, I think I brought it up to you that in America, Ludwig El Grande will wear dark mostly
Yes.
here, but then in AAA, OG El Grande will mainly wear black. So it's
Yeah.
kinda funny. Um, but yeah, dude, so as soon as Ludwig got out there, it was a fucking wild so, like, they weren't like it wasn't like a stiff as in, like, they were legit punching each other, but the
Mhm.
way the brawl was laid out, it wasn't like, they were throwing punches back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, or whatever. It felt like a brawl. Like,
It
they
did.
were, like, grappling, they were rolling around, and then I remember so they kind of they were throwing punches, but it wasn't like the whole thing was just, "Oh, let's fight." It was just they were grappling, they were, like, really going at it, like, they were just really trying to hurt each other, like, that's the vibe I got out of it, like, they were
Mhm.
really trying to go at it, and at one point, Ludwig grabs Grande, like, his tights or whatever, and he's, like, trying to, like, wrestle him, like, he's like, "I'm gonna take him down." And then fucking Chad, he's just such a good wrestler that he transitioned it so fluidly, like, he gets grabbed, then he just leans, and all of a sudden you see Ludwig's legs go in the air,
Yeah. Dude,
and
it
he
is
eats the cleanest suplex. I thought he was gonna land on his neck at first, because he's so tall and, Gable's a bit shorter, but he lands clean on his back. They both immediately and it's not like he sold the spot, like, but it wasn't like,
Mhm.
and stood there and let LG get on top. It turned into him going, you motherfucker!" And they both got back up and just, "Ugh." I was like, "Oh my god." Like, this felt like they really wanted at each other's necks. It wasn't like, "Oh, pull me apart," and like, "Oh my god. Oh, I hit you with this one big move, and now I got the upper advantage." They were just fucking brawling. It was a brawl.
And to
They would
me
eat shit, but continue to charge at each other at the same time, like, "Oh, fuck you, back up, oh," and keep going. I was like, "Oh my god." Like, I don't know, it just felt so different from the main roster type brawl.
it felt Attitude Era ball.
Kind of, yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying, like, it felt like a real feud that's going to pay off greatly, which we know we're doing the mask versus mask, and that's gonna, I think, be at Triple Mania.
Yeah, in
And
May 30th, I
so
believe.
I know me, I'm gonna watch that. I'm probably watch Triple Mania. I don't really watch a
Probably
lot of
will too.
Triple A. I like the
Same.
highlights and stuff. But
Yeah,
just
yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good
because
shit.
that match has built up so much, and, like, I'm excited for it because I really wanna know what decision they make. Do they unmask Chad? Do they unmask Ludwig? Something happened where the Creeds come out like you said, and they attacked Ryo and Bravo, and them dressed up like OG Los Americanos. Like, I don't know what the hell they're gonna spin here, like, but it's been good creatively for them too since the Rumble when Chad came back. So,
Yeah, so, I mean, on WWE, I've been kinda over it, but everything I hear about how it's played out in AAA is, like, a million times better. But I've also seen people, like so I guess, I don't remember who specifically, but someone it might have been OG Grande, unmasked Octagon Junior
yes,
on
and
AAA this past Saturday.
mhm,
So I think it was OG. Um, so I guess the thing in Mexico, um, obviously that's more forbidden in Mexico is to do that stuff.
mhm.
And I forget exactly what it was. Let me pull it up here as I saw it being discussed on Twitter. But apparently there's like a thing like where if you do that, something happens. And I forgot what exactly it was.
Doesn't he have to stay out of the mask?
No, that's if you do a Max vs. Mask.
Okay.
It was something Meltzer had brought up. He says people were really upset, and quite frankly, they should be because in Mexico, if you unmask a guy, it's a DQ. Oh, okay, so the match should have ended on a DQ because
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's part of their lucha libre rules. But I guess with WWE taking over, it's obviously made AAA more Americanized when it comes to the wrestling style. So they're not following the tradition, a lot of the same traditions anymore that they do. I guess CMLL does it too because he says that's happening in CMLL as well. He says, but it's happening far more with AAA currently. That they're
Okay.
not honoring a lot of the Lucha Libre traditions currently.
Did not know that.
So,
That's
yeah, that
interest
match should have ended in a DQ right as he demasked him,
Okay.
according to the initial rules, but it didn't.
Well, damn.
So, apparently actual fans of the like, long-term fans were upset by that.
I can understand why, but maybe
So, yeah, that sucks.
it does. Yeah, it really does. Other
But,
bit
yeah,
of
so we'll see. see what happens with AAA. I guess I'll probably watch that. I don't really watch it a lot.
So, other bit of random wrestling news. Might have seen this, but 9 hours ago, Nico Vance won the Reality of Wrestling Championship
Nice,
yesterday,
good
I
for
guess.
him. Not a fan. Not a fan of the guy, but good for him.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was odd, but hey, makes sense. He's in NXT
I mean, maybe he's shows out better there, but
because he actually
I
gets
just
time on
find him
television.
boring in NXT. Yeah, it doesn't what they do with him currently doesn't interest me at all.
You're not a fan of Sean Spears either.
I liked him in as Ty Dillinger, and I didn't mind him as the chairman in AEW. I don't feel like they've done really a whole lot to invest in NXT. Like he was North American champion, but
Yeah,
like for what 3 weeks? Like didn't
yeah,
do shit with it. And the
3
calling,
weeks.
the only people who do good in the calling is Izzy. So
It is kinda like she's not doing good, but she's
well, she just beat Soul. I mean, because it's Arya, but she beat Soul, so she's probably in line for a title shot now.
oh, yeah, most definitely is. So, we'll see what happens with that on Revenge on Tuesday.
Yeah, so and actually, I don't know if I think you might have heard, but I might be taking the week after Mania off. I still haven't fully decided yet because like, and that's just off streaming in general. I used to do that always after Mania, but the last few years I haven't. So I might wait a week, but I'm thinking if anything, I might just react to that Raw on 420, 420, and then just take the rest of the week off. I don't know yet because I was just thinking in general that day I was just gonna chill and relax the day. I feel like I've been on the go nonstop since the beginning of the year since my mom went down. And she's a lot better, by the way. Like took Daisy for a long ass walk earlier today and everything. So, but like I feel like not since January I've been on the go nonstop.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, I'm debating the same thing, and the only reason I say that is because after like, fuck, looking back, so last Thursday, the 9th, was my last day that from watch alongs, reactions, streaming, anything, that I won't be watching anything professional wrestling until the 23rd. That's counting,
Yeah, so
yeah.
well that'd be a few days after Mania then.
Yeah, cause NXT and Dynamite, but I mean, I may take some days off because 'cause I've also gotta go see the Surgeon myself on the 21st, so I may not even do NXT that
Yeah.
day. So, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's
I don't know. I guess depends on Mania, but like I just feel like and yeah, I've missed like, I haven't been here all the time because I've been doing other stuff. But that's what I'm saying. I've been on the go so much. That I just like would like to take a full week reset because I feel like then once I could do that, then I could fully like then I'll probably be honestly when I say I'm taking a week off, it's just off of reacting or doing any type of actual like wrestling related content. I'd probably still post other shit like vinyl and whatever because especially because I've had a pretty interesting bunch with vinyl, gotten a lot. But
I would say you've gotten some pretty good
yes.
vinyls here recently, so also,
Oh
speaking of
god,
vinyls,
I got
wasn't it
yeah,
vinyl
I got
week for
Record
you?
Store Day. Uh, no, so Record Store Day is April 18th, and
Okay,
WrestleMania Night
okay.
1. So, yeah, I think I talked about it a bit last week of all the records I wanted, but on top of that, I've indulged in more vinyl and not just in the sense of I've gotten like a lot of older classics like so recently I don't know if I told you I added I might have I can't remember because I've added so much lately. I added Appetite of Destruction, Guns N'
Yeah,
Roses, and, Girls, 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 Motley Crue. Those are, like, some of my more recent pickups.
mhm,
I've added a lot on top of that. I think I've already told you the other ones. But I, splurged a little bit. So there's a band, Tesla, not the car. They're before the car,
yes,
and,
yes, absolutely was.
classic rock. They came out in the late '80s and early '90s. So kinda like when vinyl wasn't as big anymore, they were kind of popular. And so they didn't really have a lot of, like, many vinyl pressings, kinda like a lot of the other bands, so they're rare to find. I found one of their albums on vinyl in the local shop, but one of them, probably their biggest album, The Great Radio Controversy, is very hard to find on vinyl in the sense of, like, you can't just walk into a shop and, "Oh, like, here's a ton of pressings because they came out with a million of them or they repressed new ones. They repressed it once, and it was for Record Store Day in 2020, which is
Mhm.
always limited editions, like, ones that won't get a whole lot, like, the most maybe get, like, 10,000, 15,000, which is still, like, not a lot when you figure how many people actually collect vinyl.
Yeah.
So I splurged and found a copy from the repressing of 2020, and that, I ain't gonna lie, was one of my more expensive vinyls I paid for.
I
The
don't
shipping
doubt
was
it.
like 85 bucks.
Cool.
So that's on the way. But then the next day, this company that does liquid filled vinyl, and I don't own any. I'm not really the big fan of that gimmick of liquid filled vinyl. I feel like
Oh,
it's
is that the one where
you
it's
it's
like, got, like,
there's
I
liquid
guess,
in it. It's like
actual liquid
clear.
in it? Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, and so and they do others. There's like one they could put other stuff in it. Like there's like Chaperone has a hair filled one. Um, so I've never like the most gimmicky I get is like my turntable has lights to it, and then like obviously there's records that are clear or colored or cool looking, but I've never went for this gimmick because, and I call it a gimmick because it's obviously a lot more expensive to get these,
Absolutely.
and they're one of the biggest ones that do them, and they're out of the UK, so the shipping for us is a bit. But I'm the stupidest, biggest Sabrina Carpenter fan right now, and I love the album Short and Sweet. I already have 2 pressings of Short and Sweet. One's pink, one's blue.
Okay.
One I got free because TikTok Shop, the other one was the first vinyl I actually purchased ever. Um, and so I love that album. Like, as much as I love her new album, I'll go back to Short and Sweet all the time. I listen to that so much.
Now
And so they dropped they re so it's been 2 years since that album came out. They re-released it on the liquid filled, so it's a espresso. It's just like black liquid, but
yeah.
espresso filled vinyl. So I did get that as well. So I bought 2 very expensive vinyls this week that I don't know when I'll get that one because it says 10 14-day shipping, and I'm out of the UK, it might take a while. But the Tesla one I should get on Tuesday. I'm really excited for that one because unless my mom heard me now. She doesn't know about that one. Has been wanting me to get that one, so
Um, does that is that the album that's got Signs on it, or is that a different one
wait, which one?
for Tesla?
Signs? I don't even know if I know that song, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, the ones I know by them off the top of my head are Modern Day Cowboy, Little Susie, and, What You Give. Those are, like, my 3 favorite from Tesla.
Yeah. I'll tell you, hang on,
So, yeah, so I can't
so
recall them.
it was originally done so the song I'm talking about was originally done by Five Man Electric Band, but Tesla redone it. It's called Signs, Sings. It doesn't say
No,
what
I'd
album
have
it's
to
on.
I might have heard it, but I don't recognize the name.
Okay, so you have to look it up as Signs live at the I don't know how to pronounce that place. It's Trocadero, 1990. So
That's
it's
interesting, yeah.
yeah, that was like my mom one of my mom's favorite songs by Tesla.
Okay, yeah, see, that's how I got into Teslas. My mom, she really likes the song, What You Give. That's kinda the main song I wanted Great Radio Controversy for, but they have a lot of other good songs on there too. But that's their most popular album. But yeah, the fact that I even found the other Tesla album at the record store was pretty crazy. Because even that one they had priced, it was like 50 bucks, which is pretty high. Especially for an older used vinyl, that's when you know it's a little bit
Absolutely.
rare. When it's at that price. But yeah, man, so I got Record Store Day Saturday. This whole week is gonna be pretty crazy because we have a lot of indie shows. My local promotion has a show in Vegas, CSW versus the World or CWC versus the World. Sam Stackhouse is on the card. The Good Brothers are gonna be doing something on the show. I don't know officially what they're doing, but they've been announced to being
Oh
at the
shit.
show.
Okay.
Sam Stackhouse versus Niles Blood for the CSW World title and I think it's the last man standing. Um, there's a lot of other great matches. It's gonna be Duke Lawrence versus Lonnie Valdez for the CWC World Title, I believe. Um, got some good tag matches that are gonna go down. I think we're gonna have oh gosh, can't remember names off the top of my head right now. Pixie Pulse versus Pulsing. Is it Pixie Pulsing versus um Hussy Steel they're gonna combine the women's titles. Yeah, so it'll be a cool show. That's gonna be streamed. I'm gonna try to react to that. I think that's Wednesday. Got Spring Break on Friday. That's gonna be during SmackDown and probably going to the Hall of Fame that I really want to watch. We got
Yep.
Joey Janela versus Brody Lee Jr. on that one. We have Sam Stackhouse and KJ Orso versus Jack Perry and Marco Stunt on that card. Sandman versus the Invisible Man in his retirement match is on that card. So that's card looking really good for the week. There's a
So
House of Glory show on Thursday that I've been told is gonna be really good.
yeah, that's the one I'm watching
Um,
'cause that's got Brody and
shit, man.
Zilla as one of the big matches on that card. The
Yeah.
Hardys are on there as
So
well. I can't remember who they're defending against the
and
tag
obviously,
titles.
we didn't talk about TNA's decision this week to stop allowing wrestlers working matches with guys seemingly from AEW. So we were supposed to get Leon Slater and Ricochet. That's been pulled. Obviously, they had been building up to create a pro match with MJF and Dolph or Nick Nemeth. That's been pulled, and now Nick faces Bear Bronson, who's the TNA. So they're seemingly removing anyone. And actually, there was one match I saw announced. I forgot who it was specifically, but someone called it out on Twitter, and it was a Maple Leaf Pro, one of their matches coming up. And it was, I think it was Rich Swann, and he's up against the Demand,
Yep.
which is interesting. So he's a TNA talent, unless he's not fully signed and could be on a per appearance deal. I don't know, but MJF had a great promo on Busted Open, calling out Carlos Silva and Anthem on this decision. And I
Mhm,
agree on the fact that, like, yeah, well, while they didn't fully pull them from the card and they just had them get new matches, which is fair. I'm glad that they didn't fully move them off the card, so they're still gonna get paid.
mhm.
Um, I get MJF in the sense of the bigger match would have paid them better,
It would have.
whether that be merch or whatever, But
It was a ticket buy
um,
for sure.
yeah. It doesn't help removing Ricochet and Leon. Like, obviously, he's gonna be working a different match now, Leon, I believe. But, like, yeah, in my opinion, a stupid ass move. It's funny that we've gone through so many different ownerships and management in TNA, but there's always that, like, doesn't fail that one of these that all these ownerships do something stupid almost yearly with this company.
They do, and I hate it. Fuck, I hate it. And I don't know if it was more WWE decision because they're in partnership with
Yeah.
TNA.
Yeah, it could have been.
If TKO just decided they were gonna be absolute fucking pricks and be like, "Hey, you guys can't do that because we're in partnership with you already." I don't know what the
Only
fuck.
our guys could beat your guys.
Yeah, ain't no fucking way you going over there and having a good time. Nah, fuck no.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just a Carlos Silva anthem decision, like, "Hey, we can't, we don't wanna upset WWE," or if it was WWE like, "Hey, stop allowing these guys to face them." Either way, it's stupid. Doesn't matter whose decision it was dumb.
It was a horrible fucking decision all around. But here we are,
Yeah, definitely.
2026.
It's stupid. As soon as and I think a lot of people underreacted to Anthem letting go of Scott D'Amore a couple years ago, or however long ago that was now. And it's not like Maple Leafs in, like, a better position in any way. Obviously, they announced a TV deal in Canada lately, and that's gonna be dope. So they are progressing. But man, I could only picture where TNA possibly could be under at least his creative more than what it is currently.
Yeah, and then there was a lot of
And
people
they're
that
doing great. Like, they're
yeah,
they're having a boom period with working with WWE. But one thing I will say is, like, I still hear mixed reviews on the product. Like, I'll hear like, "Oh, man," like, I hear mixed on Rebellion. Like, I didn't watch Rebellion. I just heard, like, who won and lost and stuff. Like, I've seen, like, Wrestling Observer, like, Bryan Alvarez call it a normal TNA show for him, and it wasn't something he liked. And then I see, like, people in my chat like, "Yeah, I really enjoyed Rebellion last night." So it's like, they seem to be doing well, but it's hard for me right now just to and haven't watched them really since Slammiversary just to get into them. And they're gonna be in Denver here in June, I believe.
yeah,
First time they've been in Colorado in a while, TNA. Um, I would like to go just because obviously I wanna support pro wrestling in general, but for me, that's a 2-hour drive almost, depending on traffic. It's more north than usual, so it's like I think the arena technically, if traffic's fair, is like an hour 45 for me. So that's
okay.
not terrible,
Not
but,
terrible,
like,
but yeah.
I'd have to make the decision to pay the gas to go all the way up and then come all the way back and pay for parking, and pay to go see the show that I don't normally watch right now.
Yeah,
Like, I like the superstars they have and the wrestlers, but I just haven't really enjoyed the product when I did watch it.
completely understandable.
So I don't know if I wanna I'd like them to I'm just glad they're doing well. Like, I even talked about this on Twitter earlier. We were just debating about and it wasn't even a fair debate, like, no, like, no fucking insults were hurled or nothing. It was just, like, him talking about, like, he didn't think wrestling was in a boom, and I was just talking about, like, how basically every company right now is up in everything and every metric except for WWE. The only metric they're up is money because they're charging up the butt. And right now their ratings are down from a few years ago and everything. So I was like, it isn't a boom. Maybe WWE is not really included in it at the moment, but wrestling is booming right now.
Oh, yeah,
Every company is doing pretty well.
it is.
At least the main ones. TNA's up right now, they're doing really well on AMC with their, viewership is looking good. AEW is up majorly in their viewership and ticket sales, and fucking pay-per-view buys have been more consistent in the last few years. Fucking New Japan has been more consistent with going to their younger side of the roster when it comes to their fans, like, I've been seeing more about them since Suji won, and, like, a lot of seem like their younger guys are starting to get pushed more. Um Same with I've been hearing more about, like, just MLW, I've been hearing more about all these other promotions, they just everything seems to be up right now and everywhere. Pro
It's
wrestling's in a boom.
a great thing.
Might not be the boom we had in the '90s or the boom in the '80s, but it's a boom.
It is a boom. How big will the boom be? That's the one question we ain't figured out yet.
I think it was biggest in 2023 because everything was on the way up there, and obviously WWE was in charge leading the charge, but yeah, it's still in a boom, I feel like, just because WWE maybe creatively isn't well liked on the internet right now, and but I that's not leading my opinion on it, just the numbers are there.
Oh, the numbers can't fake numbers.
Yeah. So go check out Brandon Thurston, go check out John Pollock, go check out Dave Meltzer. They keep up all those.
They do.
They say the same shit.
A lot of the
But
same shit.
damn, we went an hour 46 on this, so let's wrap that bitch up. It's 2:30 in the morning for I know you don't have class tomorrow, but damn.
It is 2:30 in the morning. Yeah.
I just realized the time. Yeah.
It ain't bad. It ain't bad.
A great pay-per-view. We had a lot to say. And we
Okay.
chatted a bit more about it, maybe.
Yeah, and then we got night 1 and
Oh,
night
by
2
the way,
this
go
weekend.
Denver Sports. Go Denver Sports. They're on the up as well. Broncos looking great. Rockies, while they're not be perfect when it comes to winning and losing, fucking the Greg Penner ownership, who owned the Broncos, just bought the majority stake in them. They own like 40% of the Rockies now. So that's a good
Nice.
sign because we've been loving the way they've been handling the Broncos. So that's great for the Rockies. Hopefully they can make some good decisions for the team. I don't even keep up with them, but I just love to see Colorado sports go up. Avalanche are obviously the number one seed in their division. They're looking to fucking make the cup here.
Yep.
Fucking Nuggets are dominating on a 10-game winning streak, longest streak in the NBA currently, active win streak.
I think they even made the
Um,
playoffs tonight.
I wouldn't doubt it. The playoffs start here in a couple weeks.
Yep, and, they are the oh, they're in the West, and they're not in the playoffs. What? No, sorry, yeah, they're the 3rd seed.
So yeah, and then I believe the local college or like the college hockey team won their fourth championship in like 6 years or something, or like 8 years or something crazy. Like a crazy dumb stat. Like they won this fucking NCAA championship like fucking so much lately. They won it again this year.
Yeah,
So
so Denver
Colorado sports,
sports.
baby.
Yeah, Colorado is having a
Colorado
hell of a
sports.
time.
We got CSW in Vegas for Mania weekend. So Colorado
Yeah,
sports up, man. But yeah, where can people find you outside the podcast? We're gonna wind it down.
and outside the podcast, you can find me here, of course, on YouTube. It's Kraken Wrestling. But outside of all that, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Twitch, the Kraken Wrestling for all wrestling reactions. That's where I'm most of the time at.
And you guys can find me on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick as Josh Vibes Up. I do pro wrestling live reactions there. Again, I might be taking time off after Mania, just a week. I want to do some shit and get some shit settled around the house and stuff caught up. Unfortunately, had fucking both our big fucking chest freezer and the washer take a shit on us within like a week. So that's been fun. I literally had to fucking empty out the big chest freezer today. It was the grossest thing of my life because
I
it
bet it
must
was.
have been down for like a week before I started smelling it. So
Yes.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So I'm gonna probably take the week off just because I need to get some shit done around the house, get some shit fixed, get some new shit, get hopefully during that week. So yeah, anyways, follow me everywhere. Josh Vibes Up. You'll be seeing some vinyl content, even though when I'm not gonna be because I'll be getting I have a lot of vinyl to show, and I still have a lot of vinyl that I plan on getting. Plus, more on the way. I have one on pre-order, two already bought and should be on the way. So
Oh yeah.
a lot of vinyl content. Follow me everywhere. But that's it for us. You'll see us again Tuesday after NXT. We'll talk Raw, NXT, give our thoughts leading up to Mania, and I think we'll give our full. You were talking about it before. We might do a video this week giving our full in-depth thoughts on Mania, where it should go, where we think it's gonna go.
Yeah. What we hope happens,
So,
and then whether we're gonna
so
shit
we'll
the
hopefully get
bed.
that out before. Friday. Hopefully, we have that up maybe by Thursday, maybe by Friday at the latest, but I'd
Yeah.
hope to that's a good idea. So we'll be doing that. If not, we'll have all of our thoughts Friday too after SmackDown because I do plan on watching it this week. I haven't watched it in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I've listened, like, I'll be out doing something, and if I'm in Discord with my friends, they'll usually be streaming there. I'll pull it up and listen to it while I'm out, like, doing something, like, if I have my AirPods, but I'm not really watching. So I could hear the segments. All I'll say is I heard that Pat McAfee segment and his rambling promo from Friday, and I was so happy I wasn't watching.
Royce Keys
So,
had a great match though, by God. I was finally glad he got a debut.
it seemed pretty short, but yeah, I'm glad he wrestled too. I'm glad that he's finally on SmackDown.
Hey, real quick before we end it though, Danhausen is 8-0 and Coast is 1-0 on SmackDown. Best fucking thing they've done in a while.
Yeah, I saw the pyro. He did the little pyro, and it made fucking Kit fall, and he got the win because of it. I always love how
Yes.
Danhausen's hair gets all fucked up too. Like you could tell he like styles a certain way, and then when he like wrestles, it's all always cracks me up. I think it just adds to the gimmick how his hair looks all funky
It does.
when he wrestles.
It's nice to touch.
But go Danhausen. Hopefully he wins that Mania, and maybe he'll win the Andre. Who knows? They did announce it for Friday, our
And then
favorite, so I'll get to watch it
oh,
live.
and then he'll be the Intercontinental US
Let's end
champ.
it on who's your pick for the Andre. Who is it? I'm saying Danhausen. No
Oh,
lie, Danhausen.
I got Royce.
He'll curse
Honestly.
everyone.
I honestly got Royce Keys
Ooh,
winning.
okay. Powerhausen maybe.
Yeah. Powerhouse. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I got. I got Royce, honestly though.
All right, we'll end it on that. We'll catch you guys on Tuesday after NXT. Peace.
Yeah.